We got more legends, man. More legends, more legends, more legends. We taking it to the West Coast. We've been in NYC. Now we taking it to the West Coast. We got J Ro and E Swift from the Alkaholiks, the Licks crew.
What
All
up?
right.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
up? What up?
What's happening, baby?
My
In the
brothers,
house, what's happening?
how,
Y'all
how
lick,
y'all been love? How y'all been loving
lick
the
the crew
music?
in
How
the
y'all
house.
been loving it?
The
Yo,
music,
yo, how y'all
loving
been
it.
loving the music? E Swift, man.
What's happening?
You got to tell us, being a DJ, how you feel about, seeing that red alert that, one of the masters at work.
Yeah. And
Man,
Chuck, chill
man.
out.
And Chuck
Oh,
Chilla.
and Chuck, chill out. Come on,
Yeah.
man. Those are brothers right
All
there,
right.
man. I'm loving it, man. Like, like it's crazy because you get it, like you said, it's nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? It's you're not gonna catch this all the time every day. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
loving it, man. And the skill set is still there. You know what I'm saying? It's like riding a bike. They
Yeah.
never, yeah.
Yeah.
It's lovely. I'm loving it,
Mm-hmm.
man. I'm like, damn. I wish I was in front of my turntables right now, cause I'm saying, you know what I mean?
No, we might have to get
Uh-huh.
that East. We might have to get that East Swift set day two tomorrow, man. We
Oh,
hit some of that West Coast.
easy. We got some special things going on too. So I'm going.
Easy.
I'm.
He gonna
Yeah.
save it. He gonna save the bomb. We gonna let the people know about that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
yo, who was y'all listening to DJ wise coming up West Coast? Who was y'all listening to out there?
Oh man. I was living in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? At the
Okay.
beginning when all this shit kicked off. So like Red Alert, Mr. Magic. I was getting all the mixtapes from New York.
Eastern.
You know what I'm saying?
From the
Yeah.
East Coast. Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting them all from the East Coast. So everything I listened to was all from the East Coast. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, that
Mm-hmm.
was And actually, man, I was in Toledo, Ohio, and there was this DJ from Detroit that was on the radio every night, called the Electric. He was like our Mr. Magic, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then, and
Playing hip
every
hop. Yeah.
all hip hop, and that's when I first started doing my pause mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? He would be playing
Right.
whatever, and
Oh, yeah.
that's when I every night I had to wait for him to play the same song twice so I can repeat the parts. You know how to make. I'll be sitting there with my finger on the pause button for like 24 hours, like, come on, man, play this irresistible bitch or whatever. Right there. Yeah, bro. That's when I got
uh,
started. So, mm-hmm.
Incredible. Well,
okay.
what about
Okay.
you? What you was on? Who you was listening to?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that I started DJing in '85 myself. I'm an original member of, well, not original member, but I'm a member of the Soundmasters crew that came out of the Bronx. My OG
Okay.
DJ D came out to LA, hooked up with my man Scotty D, my mentor, and he used to bring breakbeat records out. So our crew was like the first ones to have breakbeat records in LA. And actually, here's a story for you. Those same breakbeats he brought out here was the same ones that Dre was using
Oh, wow.
for their,
Mm-hmm.
first NWA album.
Okay.
But
Wow.
I
Wow.
learned how to mix back then. So these were my heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, People like Egyptian Lover out here,
Mm-hmm.
Joe
Chris the Glove.
Cooley, uh, Bobcat, Chris the Glove.
Uh,
It's a long list of cats from the West, but it was actually, a cat from New York that came out here and, brought those break beats out here. And that's why the whole, like, coming from King T to the licks, that's why we always had that sound, because we started from break beats, actually.
Yep. Very true.
That's super
nice.
dope, man.
Nice.
I gotta ask you if we talking about stuff coming to the West, man. Um, a few weeks ago we lost one of the legends, Shabba,
Yeah.
the dancer, man, the actor, the Renaissance man, and I just remember as a kid, man, just seeing breaking and them doing it so big on the West Coast because we had our Beat Street. In
Yeah.
New York,
Right.
we had Big Street, man, and that VH
Yeah.
tape was passing around everybody, and then breaking, man, to see how they was doing it over there.
Yeah.
Then doing my research and seeing that he was down with Fred Rerun Berry and the Lockers and all of that, man, and they was popping and locking, man. Do y'all have any
Right.
memories that go all the way back? Just seeing that.
Oh man, I started off. Listen, I started off DJing because I had to make the music for my breakdance crew for our routines, right?
Yeah,
So I started off breakdancing, you know what I mean, before I was even DJing, you know what I mean. So I just kind of naturally progressed into DJing because of
Yeah,
my love of
same
music
here.
and you know what I'm
OG
saying.
Biggie Fat.
And I remember you're right. I remember when the New York City Breakers came to Detroit, and I got to go check them out. And that changed my life. I was like, oh man, this is it. This is it. I'm a b-boy from this point on.
Right.
I was breaking. I showed up with my windbreaker on,
For sure.
with my crew name all hit up on it. And every
Right.
morning when I was in high school, every morning before school, our principal was super cool. Like I would bring my boombox to school, and we had this big lobby. So me and my crew would just be breakdancing there for like an hour before school. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I had PE in my first, so I was able to get myself clean for the rest of the day and shower it up. But
hmm
every day, you know what I'm saying, for my whole like shit, freshman, sophomore year, that's what we did every day before school. Breakdance,
Right.
and then we get in
Okay.
that
Yeah, for
lunch.
sure.
Yeah, but then we get in that lunchroom and get on them tables and start rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Banging.
So
Banging on the table.
banging on
Uh-huh.
tables. I'll come from that.
that was that era, man. That break. I don't think the windbreaker gets enough props as one of
Man,
the flyest pieces of apparel that we ever had, man. You could
that that and parachute pants.
on, man. You take that windbreaker off, you fold it up into the little pouch.
And you put it on
Oh,
the ground. You put it on the ground, and you got slippery. You can start doing your hand spins on that motherfucker.
oh,
Shit,
you gotta give it
stop.
to the windbreaker, one of the dopest pieces of apparel, man.
Oh man, please, please. Yep, that was what's up.
We
Yeah,
we loving
go,
it,
I
man.
go back to the early '70s, man. My aunt was a Soul Train dancer, and she was a
Bell
rocker
bottoms.
also. So she used to wear the rainbow socks with the toes in them, all that. And she taught me how to lock and pop. Back, this is probably around 76, 77. She was going down the Soul Train, and this, everybody around me was already popping and stuff. So I remember even some people used to call it the pop.
The
Can you do
pop,
the
right?
pop? You know what I mean?
Can you do the pop?
Be like, can you do the pop? And always knew, you always knew this was people who didn't pop because we used to be like,
Right,
no, it's just called popping.
right.
You know what I mean? So this was like some people who weren't hip would call it the pop, right? So from an early age, I was already locking before I ever knew what hip hop was. So by the
Right.
time hip hop came into the game, I was like, I'm with this, because this is what I've been doing since I was like 5, 6 years old. Learning from my auntie and her friends used to come over before they was going out, practicing their moves and all that. They had the afros and suspenders, and out on the West Coast in Pacoima, especially where I was raised, it was just like it was like street dancing. It wasn't something that you could learn in school or nothing. It was just like a type of dance that people knew on the streets or at home and stuff. And we used to do it at school, triple. We used to eat each other's head, like eat your head when we got to school. I'm gonna find another way to eat your head. Like I'm gonna grab your head, bounce it like a basketball, throw
And
it
I'm
up
gonna throw it,
around like a balloon, and
and
eat
then
it, spit it back up to you. You know what I mean?
and throw it, and then I go out and
That
catch it.
was it. After
Mhm.
the element,
You
yeah,
had
you
to
go
do it,
in,
man.
hit it with the back, all that.
And then you run out and catch it, and then you eat it.
So yeah, that was a big part of.
All right.
Come on, man. These are the pillars of
And
hip
for
hop,
sure.
man. And
And my
you
name
know,
was
Real.
Baby Fresh
Baby
because
Fresh.
that
And
was
I
the
was
white. That was the only white that was out at the time. Now remember that they only had one brand of whites, and it was
that
called Baby Fresh.
I
So I
remember
was the
that.
youngest in my crew. I took that.
Yes,
Nice,
sir.
I
bro.
Chill
I was
Will, was you
yeah.
always chill
Yep.
Will? Chill Will, was you always chill Will?
Huh?
Look at
Was you always chill Will? Was that always your
Chill
name or you
Will
had a different
from
name?
the G
Nah,
Fresh crew.
that wasn't always my name. My name when I first started was Cochise from
okay,
Cooley High.
okay, okay.
I was DJ Cochise.
That's dope.
Coach G.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I was EB Fresh.
I gotta tell
Right.
y'all how I came up with the name J Rowe. I gotta tell y'all how I came up with the name J Rowe though. It's very, very cool story.
Yeah, break it
My
down.
name is James Robinson, right? So one day I was like, but that's not the end of the story. One day I'm like, I gotta come up with a rapper name because Baby Fresh wasn't gonna be cool for a rapper name, you know. So I was actually looking at the back of a Run DMC cassette tape, and I saw that DMC's name was Daryl McDaniels. So I was like,
Hmm.
oh, what if I take the first letter and the first two of my name, J
Oh,
Rowe? Oh, that's dope. So
oh,
that's how I
okay,
became J Rowe.
okay.
So
Daryl
here's the
Mack.
story that leads off of that. One day I was with Exhibit, and he took me to meet Puffy and Jennifer Lopez at the time. I met Jennifer Lopez in the hotel room the day she was getting ready for wear that green dress she was wearing.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And Puffy was like, "This is J. Rose. This is Exhibit." A few weeks later, I see her on TV announcing that her name is J. Lo now.
Ooh.
So now everybody now there's A Rod and this name and this name that spun off to J Lo, right? So that's my story. That's my
The
That's
story, and
real.
pioneer.
I'll stick.
The pioneer.
He pioneered it.
The pioneer,
Oh,
man.